Before you begin, read all the warnings, application instructions, and instructions concerning the type of sealant you are using. Read all the instructions and warnings that are supplied with the crack preparation equipment and sealing equipment. Crafco assumes no responsibility for the improper use or handling of their sealants or equipment. All proper traffic control must be in place, and appropriate eye protection and clothing must be worn at all times. The following is the proper procedure to seal Portland cement concrete pavement joints using Crafco hot and cold applied sealants as well as silicone sealant. It is important to follow these procedures carefully to ensure that the seal will perform as designed. As with all sealing tasks, it is important to prepare the joints so that the sidewalls are clean and the joint is free of all debris. To properly seal joints, they must be properly cleaned and prepared. Prior to sealing, the joint must be cleaned to remove dirt, old sealant, and any other foreign objects. Once this is completed, the joints can be sawed. It is recommended that the joints are saw cut to minimum joint size of 3/8 inch wide by 1 1/4 inch deep, or as directed by the appropriate application instructions. This technique will widen the joint and clean the sidewalls, preparing the joint for proper sealant adhesion. The size of the saw cut may vary depending on the type of joint and sealant being applied. For detailed specifications, contact your Crafco distributor. Immediately after the sawing operation, flush the joint with water to remove the remaining debris and reface the sidewalls by sandblasting the joint. Both sidewalls must be entirely clean of all sawing residue. To effectively clean the sidewalls, it is recommended that the sandblasting nozzle be held approximately 2 inches from the surface being cleaned. Follow the sandblasting operation by blowing the joint with compressed air using a minimum air pressure of 90 psi. This will remove all the remaining particles and debris from the joint. It should be noted that the air compressor should be equipped with an oil and moisture trap. After the joint is widened and cleaned, place the backer rod. The backer rod should be non-water absorptive and heat resistant if applicable. Place the backer rod into the joint to provide a minimum seal depth as directed by the sealant applications. Take precautions not to puncture the backer rods as it is placed. Use a backer rod tool to force the backer rod to its proper depth. Again, the depth and size of the backer rod will vary according to the joint seal application. With the backer rod in place, you can now apply the sealant. When using silicone sealant, it is recommended that new concrete cure for a minimum of 7 days before applying silicone sealant. Call Crafco before sealing sooner. Silicone sealant is applied by using an air-powered bulk dispensing system. The sealant is applied directly from the container through the applicator hose. There are 2 types of silicone sealants: self-leveling silicone and non-sag silicone sealant that must be tooled. Here we see the tooling operation of the Crafco non-sag silicone sealant. For optimum performance, the width of the silicone bead should be approximately 2 times the depth. Generally, the sealant will begin to form a skin and cure within 30 minutes after application. Traffic should be kept off the sealant until the sealant is tack-free. Pavement deterioration can develop almost anywhere for a variety of reasons, but cracking along a roadway shoulder joint is inevitable. This crack develops where the rigid Portland cement concrete pavement surface of the roadway meets the flexible asphalt concrete surface of the shoulder. The natural construction joint that exists between the 2 paving operations and varying degrees of expansion and contraction characteristics of the 2 materials cause this joint deterioration to develop. Edge joints left unsealed will greatly reduce the life expectancy of both the asphalt concrete pavement and the adjacent Portland cement concrete pavement. 2 types of problems develop when the edge joints remain unsealed. First is water infiltration. Water is able to enter unsealed joints and weaken the underlying subbase material. This moisture intrusion, along with traffic loads, can eventually lead to pavement structural failure and potholes. All Portland cement concrete pavement roadways are designed to drain surface moisture towards the edge joint and roadway edge. Consequently, Unsealed edge joints are subject to a greater amount of moisture infiltration and pavement damage than other roadway cracks and joints. Second is incompressible materials restricting natural thermal movement. During cold weather, both the Portland cement concrete pavement and asphalt concrete pavement will contract, creating a wider joint opening that allows sand, rocks, and other incompressible debris to enter the joint. These incompressible materials can lead to structural failure by restricting joint movement and pavement expansion when warmer temperatures return. Sealing edge joints with Crafco hot pour polymer modified asphalt sealants can prevent intrusion of moisture and incompressible materials and maintain high quality pavement. An effective edge joint construction and maintenance program can easily extend pavement life. Sealing this joint with a selected Crafco hot pour polymer modified asphalt sealant is less expensive than using silicone. It can be easily maintained, prevents pavement deterioration, reduces maintenance costs, and delays costly reconstruction projects. Proper installation is essential to obtain optimum performance from Crafco sealants. Good construction and safety practices, well-maintained equipment, and proper personnel training should be exercised. In summary, the following steps should be taken when sealing edge joints. Number 1, route or saw proper joint reservoir. Number 2, properly clean reservoir. Number 3, install bond breaker when appropriate. Number 4, apply sealant flush with pavement surface. Number 5, use sealant proper for the climate region. Generally, sealant with properties equal to or greater than the ASTM D1190 perform very well for this application. For more information on Crafco sealants, Crafco equipment and specifications, call your local Crafco distributor. Always follow the application instructions exactly when using Crafco joint sealants. Joint configurations may vary, especially in a reseal situation, but every sealant has its limits. Contact your Crafco representative before doing anything that varies from the Crafco instructions. Crafco will supply a factory representative as needed on any joint seal project worldwide. If a concrete joint needs sealed, call Crafco at 1-800-528-8242 and ask for our specialty products manager.